It's being described as the mother of all battles as rebel forces are digging in against government troops in the Syrian city of Aleppo. Forces loyal to President Bashar al-Assad launched a ground assault on Saturday, and the intense and deadly battles have forced up to 200,000 people to flee Syria's second city. The rebels are outgunned by the army, but they're fighting an effective guerrilla war in the streets, as reports emerge that al-Qaeda is taking a more prominent role and demanding a say in running the resistance. ABC correspondent Norman Hermont reports.
Rebel fighters still control parts of Aleppo, but they are virtually deserted. For more than 10 days, they have been trying to hold out against the Syrian army. Outgunned and outnumbered, the government says it is driving the rebels out of the city, suburb by suburb.
The situation in here is so bloody and so sad. Bombs are being dropped randomly, and they do not differentiate between civilians and others.
In the skies above, a glimpse of the firepower that is helping President Bashar al-Assad's army gain the upper hand. Helicopter gunships fire at will. The rebels have no means to bring them down. The regime is also pounding Aleppo with tanks and heavy artillery. The United States says in unleashing such violence against his own people, Bashar al-Assad is only hastening his own demise.
It's pretty clear that Aleppo is, I think, another tragic example of the kind of indiscriminate violence that the Assad regime has committed against its own people. And in many ways, I think if they continue this kind of tragic attack on their own people in Aleppo, I think it ultimately will be a nail in Assad's coffin.
That prediction will be little comfort for those still trapped in Aleppo. Food and water are running out. Hospitals are overwhelmed, with few supplies to treat the wounded. The United Nations estimates 200,000 people have fled the city, and many are streaming over the country's borders. Refugees are willing to stay in camps in the desert, run by the UN's refugee agency, rather than go back to Syria.
When you have 1,500 people to 1,000 people arriving every night, we've got to do what we can. And people are making decisions that it may be a desert, but it's better than being in Syria at the moment.
The government has for days been saying victory in Aleppo is at hand. Rebels remain dug in, but there will be no let-up in the days ahead as government forces continue to tighten the noose in Syria's largest city. Norman Hermont, Laidline.